Hey guys, it's Fonts. I'm chilling in my room in my robe because I just saw the Lori Harvey Vogue makeup video and I was inspired. She was wearing gold, so I put this on. But I wanted to do a video on my new go-to face. I feel like I love doing these because this is like my favorite, I don't know, it's my favorite video to watch, favorite video to film, favorite video to edit, and favorite look to wear. But I really wanted to show this because the last review I did was on the Fenty skin tint, and I mentioned in the video that I was going to return it, and I did return it. And this look is why I returned it, because I feel like my skin, as far as the product on it, feels the same. I get the look that I want, and it's super light and natural. I feel like it's like literally me, but like super polished, and I love that. But also most of the stuff that I used is really inexpensive because I've just been kind of bored with like the makeup in stores. So I went back to my roots, which is the beauty supply store. And I just did that. And normally I wouldn't do a video using mainly beauty supply store products because I feel like nobody does that. So then I figured that's exactly what I'm going to do because nobody does it and I wanted to do it. So I hope you enjoy. Let's get in to the face. I'm going to look a little raw. You've been warned. So I have nothing on but sunscreen, not even brows because I've changed how I did my brows. It's raining outside, so if lighting looks weird, everything's different, y'all. But we're gonna hop into it. Okay. A couple of things are exactly the same. I still use aloe to prime my face, so I'm gonna do that. Okay. Still using that. I think this is a hormonal breakout. I don't know. It's good for you guys to see how this works though. I started doing soap brows. You guys. This is a Fix Plus bottle, but I put my mixing medium in there. So I like spray it twice. I have a spoolie, there's soap in it, even though I just washed it. I can't fully decide if I love soap brows yet, but I like how I use less brow pencil products, so I'm gonna keep rolling with it until I have a definitive answer for myself. Okay, so I like to let them dry before I start to fill them in, so I get a lot of face stuff done. Most of the products I use are from the beauty supply store because I just got so bored with makeup. The drugstore wasn't doing it for me. Sephora and Ulta kind of got me a little bored as well, and I wanted new stuff. And I first used to always go to the beauty supply store like as a kid, and I figured I would just get back to my roots. So you guys are gonna see a lot of that. I use the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Hello Halo in Goddess Glow. I've had this for probably too long, but I just love putting this on first thing, so do a little there, do a little there, and then I just blend it out with my finger. I am obsessed with this. And then I take whatever's left and that goes on the ball of my nose, and whatever's left goes right in between my eyes. That's that. So I spot conceal. I used to spot conceal with foundation. I mentioned that in, I think I did a makeup video on like how I cover my acne, so I'll link that for you. That's not what I'm doing today. Yes, I have acne, I don't care. That's not what I'm doing today. I've been using these concealers. I actually will use two of them. I think it's Kiss New York. Yes, Kiss New York Professional. I have the shade Classic Tan. These were only $5, and the main reason why I bought them is because it was the same. It was only 0.1 ounce difference in amount from my from the Too Faced concealer I am so obsessed with. So I was like, Kiss never let me down. They're cruelty free. Let me give them a shot. And I just spot conceal with that, and I go around my nose because it's allergy season and your girl gets red. But I try to cover like the worst of the worst for me. And I'll let that sit for a little. Sometimes I'll even go in above the tops of my eyebrows, but I do that towards the end if I feel like I need it. And then concealer under the brows. That's a given for your girl. Okay. I have my viewfinder like down below in front of me. I look freaking crazy. Now I know you guys see this coverage. This is crazy. I'm just like, I don't have to spend $30 on concealer anymore. At least for a while, you know. If I want to switch up my routine again, that's great. I have affordable and more expensive option, because sometimes you just want to spend money. But like, it's doing what I need it to do, is it not? So now that that's on, I'm doing my eyebrows differently now. I need to get a new brow powder. I discovered that I prefer soap brows with brow powder. So I just take a flat brush like this, and I just take a contour shade. This is Blunt by MAC. It's a little reddish, but I don't use too much, shockingly. So I think it works. If I need to like fine tune it, then I go in with the pencil. But I kind of like this more natural, effortless brow. I mean, I like them, I don't care. My brush, I'm gonna blend out the concealer. Whatever. This is still the same shade from before. I'm just gonna get as little as possible and clean up the arch below. Okay. I don't know, y'all. I mean, everybody was saying to do soap brows, and you were right. You're right. When you're right, you're right. I have been using, this is just a cream contour palette. This one's also from the beauty supply. You don't have to get it. It's just, I've had this for so long. When I used to do like 3 looks a day for my Instagram, I've just always repurchased it, so I still like it. I'm gonna take, and I don't always contour my nose, by the way. I don't think we always should. If I get a little too used to seeing my nose contoured, I stop. But I'm not at that point, so I'm gonna contour it a bit. Just make sure to connect it to the brows always. And right underneath here. And I drag it out at the sides. And then I take the same concealer, but in the shade Golden. I don't know if it's all the shades, but when I went to this store, it was one of the lightest ones. So if you're a lot lighter than me and you highlight, you may or may not be able to find a shade. That I legit don't know. Oh, it's looking real 2016 right now. I know most people don't do their concealer like this anymore, but well, they don't apply it like this, but when I see people blend it out, they still cover the center of their eye, so it doesn't really do much. So I'm gonna just stick to this. And I know some people will do this like highlight and contour in separate steps. I want, or my goal is to have everything blend into one another. So I don't see the point of breaking up, especially these steps, because your nose contour will look a lot more natural if it seamlessly blends in your under eye and it starts to, you know, I feel like I make mine kind of subtle, but I probably would let it sit a little longer, but I just want to finish with this. So I'm gonna blend it out. I'm using my beauty blender. See how like already the nose and the contour and all that, it starts to look a little like the work is done for me. That's always the goal. And I will bring this up. I always brought it up to the outer corner. I think that definitely helps. I get right in the inner and right in the outer. Just like barely blend it out on the tip of my nose. Bring the extra highlight under the jawbone. Let me know what your favorite translucent powder is, because I'm getting kind of bored, but I'm just going to keep using mine. This one is the Coty Airspun. I'm tired of the job. I'm tired. Well, now that all that is set, I use a powder foundation. I have 2 options. One is the first one is a throwback, a super throwback. It is the MAC Studio Fix plus powder foundation. Studio Fix powder plus foundation. I used to use this all the time in high school, and it was at TJ Maxx, so I was like, ooh, let me try that out again. But again, because I kept going to the beauty supply store, I've always used, in college especially, the Ruby Kisses Mineral Pressed Powder. I recently got a compliment on how like smooth my face looked when I had on makeup, and then my sister sometimes she'll say like my face looks like a soft matte, like matte but like not too matte. This is what I use, and I apply it with the sponge, and you know, I just don't want to let it go. I feel like every time I look in Ulta or Sephora for a new powder foundation, I end up just going back to this one. So I don't know what to tell you, but I twist it. I use the butt of the sponge and I like twist it on my face, and yeah, Now that's on, I went back to baking. Bronzer slash contour, I guess. I used the Maybelline Fit Me and 362 Truffle. And this is the brush that came with that Morphe foundation. This, look. I go above my cheekbone and I tap it. And then I go backwards around my hairline. It already kind of makes that shape for me. And then I just start to blend it out because I don't want it like too harsh. I am obsessed with this freaking powder. I'm obsessed with this combo, this brush. I don't know if I'm going to buy this one again, but this brush is here to stay. Turn on my nose. And sometimes I do down here. I don't think it's necessary every day, but I'm in a robe, so I don't really care about my makeup getting on my stuff. I take whatever powder is left on the bottom of the sponge and kind of like clean that up. And I'm back to using orangey blushes since it's springtime. Oh shit. And I place it towards like the back. I want to like lift my face up, so back here and around there. Now I really gotta look in the mirror, because when you use blush to lift your face, you definitely don't want to have a different you don't want it lopsided. I'm gonna dust away the bake here. And now we're gonna do my eyes. I have made my eyes so boring, so all I've been using is bronzer. I like to make my eyes look, they're big, so if I'm gonna try to make it look like sultry or whatever, I bring it in here because I feel like it just kind of gives me a bit of a smolder, and then I just blend it out to honestly the end. Just blend this in and push the powder in. I don't really like to dust it away. I feel like now that's more of a waste. So super bright under eyes, and I love it. Oh, I love it. I'm gonna set my face. We'll revisit the face later. Lips. My lips are boring. I do the same thing, same 2-3 things all the time. BFF3 from Colourpop. Then this is a super random, the name is rubbed off, child. I just fill in the center. It's like a nice mauvey pink. And I went back to liquid lips because I went through all my makeup and I was like, girl, you gotta use what you spent your money on. So this one's Naked by Anastasia. I don't even know if they still make liquid lips, so that's kind of, you know. I just put it in the center. And then a gloss. So I use whatever gloss I grab. I'm like trying to see which one I want to grab today. You know what? Let's use a Kylie gloss because I have those as well. This one is in the shade Like. Again, I don't even know if they still make these anymore, but I have it. I'm gonna use it. And then once my face is set, I blend and I go over my under eyes again. Here, just all the sensitive areas. And that is how I've been doing my face lately, and I feel so cute and fresh and clean. I'm looking at my eyes. Child. Anyway, so sometimes I also curl my lash extensions, but I'm lazy, so I'm not going to do that. But this is my face. I want to know what you guys have been doing, because I know now like the big thing is like, oh, like barely there makeup, supernatural makeup. I'm still very much so a pack it on sort of girly pop. I'm still that, but I just don't feel anything on my face. And I realized how much I love this routine when I tried out the Fenty skin tint. I was like, I feel like I got more or less the same look, and I don't have to use, rude. I feel like I got more or less the same look, and I didn't have to use like a new sort of liquid foundation-esque product. So I'm living for this. I'm living for the soap brows. Yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.